Today, guys, we're going to solve the mystery of why, as you can see here, do we have a 98.6 when all the obligations have been met? A lot of people have asked this question, and we're going to talk a little bit more about officers and how you can utilize your officers better. If you guys like it, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned to the video, guys. What's going on, guys? We're back with another Warpath video. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about officers and how to apply them. A lot of people have a big misconception about the officers, and I wanted to go over some clarification for some of you guys who've been looking for how to use your officers the best way and who to use. So let's go over here and look at these officers. Right here we have a list of all the officers that are in the game. Now, a lot of people are kind of confused as to how the officers are applied. Now, as you can see in the Army section, we are allowed to use two officers. One is a primary, the other one is a secondary. However, a lot of people don't know, should I use one before the other one? Is there more buffs for that? Is it better to use one before the other one, or does it not matter at all? And so I want to go over that misconception right now. So as you can see right here, and we'll use Spanner as an example. Spanner is a level 41. Now when you go to these icons right here, the firepower and the durability, these are a stat that are applied only to the primary officer, meaning all of the skills will be used on both officers. So if I put Spanner first and then I put Wolf second, all of these skills will be used during the battle. However, only the officer that is leading will use these base stats right here. And why is that important? Well, let's look. So if we're upgrading and we have completed tasks or events and such, and we have got the strategic XP for the officers XP, the little booklets that you can upgrade with, you want to try to apply them to the officer in which is going to be your primary officer. That is super important. Why? Because if all of your officers are level 30, that's not really going to help you too much, because you need a single officer as high as you can get it, because you can max out at 30% durability and 30% firepower. And so if I have, for instance, Spanner and Wolf, and Spanner is a level 60 and Wolf is a level 10 or 20 or whatever, I think you need at least level 30 to unlock all these skills, so we at least want to get to level 30. But if you're at level 30 and you have all these skills unlocked, you're not so much worried about this firepower or durability. You want your primary to be all the way maxed out right here, and then you want to start working on the skills. Now let's talk about the skills. The first skill is always the primary skill. That means that is the skill when you're firing. And let's try to imitate one real quick. Sorry. Let's do this so you guys can see. Percy right here is going to fight. Now, Percy's bar is going to go up, and as it goes up right here, it's going to fire off. So her skill just fired off right then. So that skill being utilized as it fires off when that bar goes is going to be her primary skill. Okay? So this skill right here, if you want a lot of officer damage, then you want the primary skill to be upgraded all the way. The other three skills are passive. What does passive mean? Passive means that they work all the time. All the time on the field, they work. It's not that the passive skill for damage gain is all of a sudden, boom, applied or whatever. No, what we saw in the animation for her was this one right here, a damage coefficient of 1200 that hit at a single time when the buff went off, and then a firepower gain that lasted for 8 seconds. So you can see it right here, the firepower gain of 8% for 8 seconds. That is applied when the skill goes off. These other three are passive. So I would say that you want to center in on this first skill the most that you can, and then these other three skills, unless you have something like Bloody Mary that you want field recovery before anything else, or something of that sort. You want something that is going to benefit you more, being from a passive skill. That's super important. The next question that a lot of people have is upgrading them. So as we talked about, we have these books right here in which we can use to upgrade, and we get these from events. However, you can also do it by going to your camp right here, the camp rank, and then we can go into the officer missions and we unlock these missions. Now, the higher you go, the more you unlock. Right now I'm at, the 3rd tier, so I'm at 11 hours, but you can get up to 24-hour missions. Now, a lot of people are asking why, if I fulfilled the obligations, right here, these obligations, so we'll take this one, and I believe this one. When I fulfill all these obligations, as you can see, I'm at 100%, right? But let's take Guardian of Truth off, and let's say the Eruptor. Let's do this one, Angel of Light. Now, Angel of Light is lower. Notice her level is only 35, and the ones that I'm using with them, 39 and 36, have not even went up into the 40s. Now, I have met all 4 of these obligations, and it's only at 98.4. Why? If I've met all the obligations, is it at 98.4? It is because the officer level was too low. Because as you can see, I can come back and I can change to Guardian, which is a 48, and all of a sudden I have 100% for my success rate. So I just wanted to bring that up to a lot of guys that wonder why it's at 99.4 or 99.6. It is because the officer level needs to be all the way. So let's go ahead and start that. And that is how you can gain a lot of your XP to level up your officers. But you also can go into events like the Grand Showdown and such, and let's go into some of these bags that you can get officer XP from, even more officer XP. So yeah, so a lot of these things generate officer XP. I believe the Grand Showdown, the jurisdiction sometimes has some of it. No, jurisdiction doesn't have any of it. Anyway, some of the events that happen, you can get the officer XP out of it, which is a real good way to level them up. So anyway, guys, I wanted to clear up some of those misconceptions. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below. And we'll see you back next time, guys. Peace.